And you have there we go.
We're seeing you in this wonderful Hulu series. It's based fictionally on your life. How much of it, though, is based on reality?
Not a heck of a lot. I mean, my mom's passed away, and it's nice to have a mom alive in the show. I don't have any sisters, but Zoe Palmer plays my sister in the show. I actually have two brothers. I think the crux of it is that I'm a singer-songwriter in my actual life. I've been with Universal Records for like 28 years and done 15 albums with them. But when we were developing the show 4 or 5 years ago, we thought, let's keep it close to home. We just felt like there was lots of humor there to be had. I think people secretly want to see what goes on behind the scenes in music, and we also wanted to portray my television mother, who's played by Deb Grover, to have be going down the road with dementia. I looked after my parents, my real parents, for 10 years, and as hard as it was, there was a lot of laughs. There was so many laughs, and we kind of wanted to bring that sensibility to seeing a mainstream character, middle aged, trying to find relevance, trying to figure out life, trying to figure out her career, and then all of a sudden having a parent that, no, you look after her. No, you look after her. No, you look after her. And I think so many families go through that.
There's such a wonderfully cast series. How involved were you then with the people who play your friends and family?
Very much so. You want to work with people that you have an affinity towards and that you find, that chemistry between. So I think once we went through hundreds of the at home, auditions, we got it down to a group of people that we felt were, the right ones. And then I flew to Toronto to meet the people from Toronto, and then I flew out to Vancouver to meet some of the other people. So Sharon Taylor, who plays my ex girlfriend Cynthia. I loved her. I loved her taping audition, and I was really excited to meet her in person in Vancouver. And she was absolutely fantastic and very funny and dry and strong. Zoe Palmer, I had seen her work. I'd seen it in Lost Girls. I'd seen her in Dark Matter. And one day I was on my elliptical, force me on there once in a while. And the show came on. It was called um, Sex After Kids, and Zoe played this hilarious English woman, and the bug was in my head, and that was 5 years ago. I'm like, that woman could play my sister, and that worked out. So I fought very hard for her. So, but thank you. I'm so glad that you love Kale and all our Todd. The whole cast is they're just a joy to work with.
I think there's so many standout episodes to this series that American audiences are just now getting to cherish. What are some of your favorite moments, or maybe some of your favorite episodes that you enjoyed filming the most?
I have to tell you, the camping episode in season 2, which is very family driven. So we leave the music business behind. We leave Jann trying to write songs or do concerts or do charity gigs. We are with her family camping. My sister Max seems to think it's going to be a fantastic idea to resurrect their Go Girl uniforms, which is kind of like an homage to Girl Guides, and take the family in kind of Canadian winter, set some tents up, and everything goes wrong. Like, I'll go ahead and say it. If you've ever had to go to the bathroom in the woods, find a spot to go, lock your keys in the car, fighting with your girlfriend, like poison ivy. There's just nothing that goes right. And then there's this payoff at the end of the episode where you really understand that it's not about things going right. It's literally about being there with the people that get you and that love you. So that was a standout for me. And I also love the kids talent show, which is in season as well too. It's whenever you see kids getting up there and doing their talents, that was a beautiful day of seeing all those kids singing and dancing and doing their stuff. So I love the physical comedy a lot. I really do.
And it's great to see you back singing and exploring your incredible talent for music and
Thank you.
songwriting. What is it about that side of you that you still crave to explore? I mean, yes, she's dwindling down sort of in her career, but it's still this rock and roll dream she's chasing.
Yeah. It is, and it doesn't. I think what's really great for me in this series to kind of explore is that human beings are timeless. Women, especially, feel very marginalized. There's even young women that are 38, 40 that feel like, oh, I'm past it. I missed out on my opportunities. And you look at people like Julia Child, who was one of my favorite chefs growing up, who didn't even get into food until she was 50 years old. So I really want to show women the Jan character is still pursuing something she really loves. And as much of a nutcake as she is, she's really good at music. And I think that's why her family is so forgiving of her narcissistic, selfish behavior, is that you still want to cheer for the character to get it right. So when you have a scene like when I'm singing to my mom, Deborah Grover, at the end of season one, there really is a moment where you kind of forgive Jan for what an idiot she is and just how she just doesn't see. She goes through life with blinders on and has no idea of the chaos she causes around her. And I think there are lots of people like that. But you have to have a character too that people cheer for, and that people every episode, please make her make the right decision. Please have her make the right decision. And that's what I think is so special about this kind of comedy, is that it's click click boom, click click boom. It's like pathos, pathos, payoff. And once in a while it kind of breaks your heart. And I love that kind of comedy.
We love that this is you venturing into acting as well. What have you personally taken away from your time working on this series?
Actors are the hardest working people in show business. I've never worked so hard in my life. I'm used to drifting onto a stage for 2 hours and singing, and everything's done for me. But I'm picked up here. I live west of the city of Calgary, and the car picks me up like at 5 o'clock in the morning. I swear to God, I'm not even awake. I'm just sort of looking, are my pants on? Do I have a bra? And then I'm in the back of a car heading to the set. And I'll tell you, and people ask me this all the time, how do you learn all the lines? Well, I work with a guy named Tom Carey, who's a wonderful actor and an acting coach here in Calgary. And I couldn't do it without him. And we run lines, hours. It doesn't come naturally to me at all. Like learning lines is, I have to give, I mean, I have to give it to the actors. Honestly, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. And to make television is grueling and it's so much work. So I have a whole new appreciation for Game of Thrones. How did they do it?